Talk about electricity generation. The world is still dominated by traditional thermal and hydroelectric power generation, which together account for up to 85% of the total. However, thermal power generation, which mainly burns coal to generate electricity, is one of the main sources of carbon emissions and hard to grasp in carbon neutrality background. Hydroelectricity is also controversial as it is terrain demanding and damaging to ecosystems. Therefore, under the historical wave of global energy structure transformation, new energy generation is a general trend. As a relatively more controllable power generation method in new energy generation, solar modules are more worthy of our attention. Although the notion of new energy and sustainable development has only begun to approach to the public in recent years, the history of solar modules can be traced back a century. When Henry Becquerel discovered the phenomenon of photovoltaic and succeeded in converting sunlight directly into electricity, and since then, NASA has been adopting this method of energy production because it can save energy and costs, and it produces neither noise nor pollution. Solar module is a group of solar cells that converts sunlight into electricity. Sunlight strikes a layer of semiconductor material, causing silicon atoms to release electrons. Then solar module is connected to distribution panels, then flow to multiple channels. In addition, solar module will be equipped with a storage device, so that electricity can be obtained even when it is dark or raining. Solar modules are currently being used in many fields of society. Solar modules can power devices such as drones and satellites, enabling them to work in the air for long periods of time. And it can provide emergency power for marine inspection equipment, oil drilling platforms, and hydrological observation equipment, enhancing the stability and safety of engineering work. The impact of solar modules on society and culture cannot be ignored. From a social perspective, solar modules promote social equity and inclusiveness. First, photovoltaic power generation based on solar modules has subverted the world's energy structure, fundamentally solved the shortage of electricity supply caused by the depletion of resources and the high transportation costs under traditional energy supply modes, bringing more stable, sustainable, and pollution-free electricity to people all over the world, especially those living in poor and rural areas of developing countries. According to a survey by NCAER, PV plants have helped 70% of India's rural communities get rid of the problem of no electricity supply in 2015 alone. Access to electricity in rural areas can effectively improve the level of local education, medical care, and lighting, and narrow the gap between urban and rural areas. Additionally, the application of solar modules in rural agriculture, animal husbandry, and fishery has energized the rural communities and the industries. Secondly, solar modules help to reduce the poverty gap in society and increase economic income. The solar energy industry has created abundant jobs in the fields of research, sales, engineering, and financing of solar modules. Moreover, the market demand for solar modules in the aerospace, transportation, and agricultural industries is gradually growing, which can also increase employment rate and economic income. Besides, solar modules even offer income-generating possibilities for individuals, communities, and enterprises. For example, homeowners or enterprises with household distributed PV modules can sell excess AC power to grid companies for revenue. Communities can also earn income dividends through the construction of centralized photovoltaic equipment to obtain government policy subsidies. Specifically, in 2015 to 2017, the state implemented the PV poverty alleviation policy by helping people in poor communities to build rooftop PV, which ensured that nearly 2 million poor households received a stable income of 3,000 yuan per year for the next 20 years. Thirdly, solar modules have shifted the exploitation and control of the energy industry from state-owned capital to the hands of the general public and private enterprises, promoting the subject diversification of the energy industry. In particular, distributed solar modules break the geographical restrictions of traditional energy mining and utilization, giving the whole society the possibility of becoming both dynamic electricity producers and consumers. Next, in terms of culture, first, China is a global leader in the photovoltaic industry, accounting for 80% of global share in solar module research and development and manufacturing. Since 2017, China has helped 20 countries like the Philippines and Thailand to build Panda PV power plants. Through this process, China has not only strengthened technical and cross-cultural exchanges with other countries, but also promoted our cultural icons such as Panda to more countries. Secondly, solar modules also help protect non-renewable resources such as cultural heritage sites and enhance the service life and utilization value of them. For example, the medieval church will appear multi-phenomenon. The use of solar modules on a thermal insulation can inhibit this phenomenon, prolonging the preservation of historical relics. However, this practice is also controversial, as it may affect the aesthetic of the building, diminish the cultural symbolism of the site, and even have a negative impact on the surrounding environment. In fact, solar modules are also facing a social problem, is the use of resource-rich areas of the problem. The Sahara, a region abounding in solar energy, poses challenges for the construction and maintenance of solar infrastructure due to its predominantly desert terrain and sparse population, resulting in increased difficulty and cost. In addition, the solar module requires a supergrid to transport electricity. The construction and maintenance of these facilities are also challenges. The solar module, as a technological innovation, also entails adverse impacts on human society. The strong light radiation generated by photovoltaic power stations can potentially lead to light pollution in the surrounding environment, which may disrupt the human body's normal biological clock. Moreover, the construction of solar module will also disrupt both social landscapes as well as occupy significant amount of land, thereby altering the original social and natural scenery. For instance, making large solar module has hurt the landscapes of tribes in the Sahara. One of the innovative solutions is the implementation of floating solar farms located in vast oceanic. In order to promote the harmony between technology and nature, technology and human society.